Hello. In this video, I want to explore some concepts and principles and practices that can give nature a voice in business. At this point in history, business has created so much harm to nature. Extractive, coercive, controlling practices are stripping natural resources and decimating flora and fauna on land, rivers, sea, and sky. The basic elements of life are being destroyed by business practices. And yet I believe that business can also be the solution to the challenges that we've created. But I don't believe it can be done by tweaking the existing practices or global economic models. There needs to be a complete overhaul in how we think and act in business. And I believe that you can make that happen. The vast structures that are established can't be effectively challenged head-on to create the change at the speed that we need it to. But they can be challenged by giving nature a voice in business. There is nothing in our world that is not an expression of nature, and that includes business. But when anything stops following the principles of nature, we get imbalance. Earth's consciousness is changing, and human consciousness is shifting in response. We are in a time of imbalance. We feel uncertain and anxious. And the scale of the challenge feels too great and our own contribution too meager. And this is exactly when we can learn the most from nature about being nature itself. Listening to and learning from nature makes it possible to develop business practices and structures that actively support nature by following principles that enable life to flourish. Your business is a part of nature, so these principles will help it to thrive. And nature-inspired businesses are designed to thrive rather than follow a boom and bust cycle when the resources run out. Businesses that are designed around nature's wisdom have all they need to be successful and valuable to others. Nature's principles are pretty straightforward and easy to apply in business. What is less easy is challenging our own conditioned thinking and finding the courage to take different actions. That's part of our human consciousness shift, and if we work together and support each other, it becomes a lot easier. The bottom line, of course, for all entrepreneurs is creating a business that is healthy. And that's not just about income. The freedom to creatively express yourself, to find joy in your work, opportunities to grow, and the ability to make a positive difference are all part of a healthy business. And these are all natural principles that are true of all life in uniquely individuated ways. Our role in consciousness responsive change is to restore these principles to all aspects of business. So giving nature a voice in business is rooted in both thinking and actions that follow natural principles, as well as advocating for nature in our choices and commentary. So let's look at some principles we can work with immediately to put our businesses on a different footing and ready to thrive. The first is prosperity. Now, prosperity has become synonymous with wealth, but it's quite different. It's the state of thriving. Prosperity relates to your entire state of being. So prosperity in business relates to your mental, emotional, physical, and financial well-being. And we can begin to build prosperity consciousness and principles by ensuring that the ways that we work, connect, and deliver on our business activities is looking after all of these aspects of well-being for you as an entrepreneur and for your business itself. So something you could do would be to do a prosperity audit by looking at your mental health, your energy, your income, the community around your business, and so many more things. The principle of prosperity is that everything that supports you to thrive should be present in your business. So you could broaden out your regular reviews, quarterly, 6 monthly, or annually, however often you do them, to consider the full prosperity of your business. And it might be that you value the freedom as highly as the income, for example. Simply acknowledging this can relieve so much pressure to perform in an expected way. The second principle is expression. So freedom of expression is a huge part of delivering a business that is rooted in your sense of self and contribution. You are a uniquely creative being with a unique purpose, as are all forms of life. And there is a reason that you're here and drawn to the work that you want to do through your business. Now, you may well question its values to others. That's inevitable as you move into selling your work. So when the questions come, it's tempting to, or even feels logical actually, to bend who you are and what you offer to what's going to sell. But what will sell is a perception, and it's often a conditioned one. What you are doing is new because you're the one doing it. And your value isn't diminished because of what the markets already know. It's actually amplified. As consciousness shifts, what people need also shifts. There's a constant opening of opportunity to speak to what is awakening in people. So the markets are always changing, and you can lead that change by fully expressing yourself through your business. So consider your niche to be the intersection of what you're capable of delivering, what your soul clients need, and what you want to create through your business. Because your people will find you if you focus on being your full self, bringing all of your skills into play, especially the ones that live outside of your label, and crafting a field of one. The third principle is contribution. A business founded in soul energy is working towards a purpose. What's in your sight is generally a fraction of your real contribution to collective evolution. You are solving an immediate challenge for someone, yes, but the ripple effects of this go far beyond that individual or group. What the work that you do changes the field of possibility. And that's a natural principle. Everything has a role in the maintenance and thriving of an ecosystem. Knowing the bigger picture impact of your business points your nose in the right direction, no matter what comes up to distract you. So here's an exercise for you to try. Start with what you do. What is the impact of what you do for the individual or group that you do it for or with? And then think about, how does the impact on that individual impact their immediate circle, their friends, their family, their colleagues? And how does that ripple out to communities? You can go further than that. How does rippling out to affect a community go further to impact regional culture? And how does a shifting regional culture impact global culture? And how does a global culture change lead to shifting collective consciousness? And ultimately, what does that mean for the well-being of life on Earth? Now, it doesn't matter how far out you can take that exercise. All that matters is that you go a little further than the immediate impact to appreciate that your work has real, deep value in the world, in the ecosystem of the world. It changes the trajectory of well-being and consciousness. The next principle is growth. Now, labels can be helpful in creating a sense of identity that makes sense to others, but they also come with preconceived limits. Now, our natural inclination as humans is to grow and evolve. We're curious. We like to learn. And you're here because the call to evolve your consciousness and that of those around you is really strong. Now, your business will only support you to grow if it isn't limited by a label. It's very common experience to reach a certain point on a career-defined path where you have outgrown your label, because your business no longer holds all of you. It doesn't have the capacity to express who you've become. And if nothing gives, you are going to want to burn it to the ground. Now, that's rarely necessary, but it's still a very strong inclination. And that can be avoided by making space for who you are in your business from the outset. And a big part of that is learning to lose the labels without losing the clarity. Your niche is the intersection of who you are, what your soul clients need, and what you want to create. Now, if you design your business to evolve with you, your labels will change over time, and you will find a deeper expression of yourself through your work without any existential crises. Ultimately, you're going to be honoring your true nature through your work and presence in your business. And then we have the principle of joy. It's one of the strongest natural principles. And while our work can bring us an abundance of joy, The way we structure and design our businesses rarely does. One of the most common complaints I hear from my clients is that their businesses are hard work and they take the joy out of the experience. Now, the easiest way to rebalance your business on the side of joy is to simplify it. We create these incredibly complex systems to achieve our goals that take so much time and energy to maintain. And sometimes the simplest solution is the best. Having a simple suite of activities that you can deliver on in a manageable way will keep your energy and your joy quotient up. Keep your tech pared back. That's going to make it easier to maintain and require fewer resources. And that will in turn sustain your energy better and allow you to grow on your own terms. Ultimately, the more you are, the more you are following your nature. And the more you follow your nature, the more you become a voice for nature. So giving nature a voice in business starts with giving yourself a voice. Business is a reflection of who you are, your nature, and building your business around this rather than the group of notions that are handed to you is the first step to giving nature a voice in your business. A business that gives it this voice demonstrates a clear appreciation and value of all life and the interconnectedness of well-being. Economic principles have eroded the well-being of people and planet. Natural principles will inevitably restore the balance. So the more we use the principles we find in nature to shape our thinking, the more opportunity we give nature to show us how to live in truth. Nature is our teacher at this time. Intuitive, energetic awareness is on the rise, but it sits so uncomfortably with much of the thinking and cultural norms that we've been created. So it's important that we stay open to nature, to relearn how to create in harmony with the earth, to build businesses that restore life and help each of us to blossom into our fullest expression.